Studio 2, also in 65, from 2:30 until 5:30 in the afternoon. The recording of I've Just Seen a Face, takes 1 through 6. I'm Down, takes 1 through 7. Studio 2, from 7 p.m. until 10 p.m., recording of Yesterday, takes 1 and 2. That's all. Producer George Martin.
I've just seen a face, I can't forget the time or place where we just...
It's not often a bass player will completely leave his bass out of a song, and I've Just Seen a Face, written entirely by Paul McCartney, is the first released truly unplugged acoustic Beatles song. It is uncertain exactly when Paul originally wrote it, but sources suggest that it might have come from the mid-50s. In that time period, Paul would have also had the beginnings, if not the entirety, of When I'm 64 written. Imagine writing songs like these at that age. Now that is impressive. However, Barry Miles, co-author of Many Years From Now, suggests that it was written at Paul McCartney's girlfriend Jane Asher's parents' house, where Paul had lived during a part of his relationship with her. So the timeline gets a little fuzzy, but it's possible Paul had most of it written for a while, or over the course of a few years, and slowly developed it until he finally brings the song into the studio in 1965. The original working title for I've Just Seen a Face was actually Auntie Gin's theme. Paul was known to have played an instrumental version of I've Just Seen a Face on the piano at family get-togethers, and his Aunt Gin was particularly fond of this one at the time, hence giving it its first name. Musically, this song exemplifies the beginnings of how dynamic Paul McCartney's songwriting is. When they went to record it, the Beatles not only recorded I've Just Seen a Face, but I'm Down and Yesterday, all in one day. Each song could have been believed to be composed by 3 different people if we weren't so aware that Paul was in fact their creator. In the recording studio, as we established this was a mainly acoustic rendition, George Harrison is on a 12-string guitar, John on a 6-string rhythm guitar, Ringo with a fan brush snare drum, and Paul on an acoustic, as well as providing a fantastic vocal performance. Paul even chose to harmonize with himself through overdubs for the chorus, making this a truly Paul McCartney song, Paul says. It was slightly country and western from my point of view. It was faster though. It was a strange up-tempo thing. The lyric works. It keeps dragging you forward. It keeps pulling you to the next line. There's an insistent quality to it that I like. It really does have an enthralling feel to it lyrically that I think stands alone in the Beatles catalog. There really isn't anything very similar to it from the Beatles to me, and it could have easily been recorded today and become a success. It's just a very well-written song where the lyrics flow effortlessly from place to place. I've just seen a face, I can't forget the time or place where we just met. She's just a girl for me, and I want all the world to see we've met. This is by far one of my favorite songs to see Paul perform live, even these days, because it has such a timeless quality to it, and childishly innocent perspective on attraction and romance. It describes to me the exact feeling you get